everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'll be giving my review for Everything Christmas, starring Cindy Busby and Corey Sevier. This one is about a Christmas lover, Lori Jo, and her roommate head to Yuletide Springs for a long-time tradition to honor her late grandmother, and meet two men, Carl and Jason, along the way. This one honestly is forgettable. The story itself has nothing going for it. It has some Christmas feel to it, but it just was really hard to keep my attention. Did you watch this one with
Yeah,
me?
I watched that one and I did not like it.
Yeah, it was not a great one. There was some chemistry between Cindy and Corey, their characters, but they had moments in here where their acting was kind of over the top. I would say. Would you say that too?
Over the top, but also just, in my opinion, not that very good either. So it's like,
Yeah, it was a very very weird movie. And to be honest, it's not one I could recommend. I'm trying to think of more to say, but the film is just so forgettable. I know I probably had more issues going into it when I was watching it. Let me see what I wrote here. Let me just read what I wrote, because I've already forgotten a lot about this one. I put felt very cliche and cheesy at times. Oh, while I had really good Christmas feel, you could tell this was filmed either when there wasn't snow or like in the spring, summer, because the snow looked terrible in this. You could tell it was like a white sheet, like a white blanket, and not actual snow. So the production of this just wasn't up to par for what I'm used to with Hallmark films. I felt like I didn't feel a lot of chemistry between Corey and Cindy. But the side relationship was okay. There wasn't a lot, but I think there was some chemistry. Just not like not great chemistry like in other films. They had a Santa type character in this. It was basically a guy who takes his job very seriously, but he's not supposed to be Santa, but he pretends to be Santa, and some of the stuff he manages to do in this comes off a little too unbelievable. So when they kind of reveal that he's not Santa, he's just a guy that plays the part. He's a great actor. Some of the stuff he is able to do doesn't make sense. And on top of that, his dialogue is very too much at times. And his characters got to be way too much for some of the movie. There was a scene towards the end where Cindy's putting the ornament on the tree, and for some reason she chooses to get on a ladder, a little step ladder. I don't really understand why she chose to do that. She didn't really need to, but she does it anyways, and she falls and breaks the ornament, and when she comes to, she takes off crying, and it's just an ugly cry. Like it was just a very fake looking cry. Not a great job by her in that scene at all, in my opinion. And then the camera work toward the end got a little shaky when they're was they running in a circle or something?
She
Him and
was
her.
going around the tree.
They were going
Going
around
to the crowd, and they were trying to show her going around the tree.
Yeah, and usually Hallmark does a pretty good job with the camera work, but this kind of got really a little bit too shaky. You could tell
it wasn't smooth.
Yeah, you could tell they didn't really keep the camera steady, and which is very unlike them. But overall, I gave this movie a 2.5. Did you ever rate it for yourself?
Not on Letterboxd. I forgot. I think I would rate it probably a 1 though, which pretty well correlates with what you rated it because
Yeah.
I'm usually lower than you anyway.
So, but yeah, a 2.5, middle of the road at best, very forgettable. Just not a great film at all. Not one I can recommend, and not one I would watch again. But we'll see if they release it. They may end up releasing this in like a big set, so but we'll just have to see. But yeah, that is everything that I have for everything Christmas. So please come like, subscribe, hit the bell, be notified for our videos. We'll see you all in the next one.